I'd like to go ahead and present our sponsorship behind the walls program, what we present to each member that wants to become part of Behind the Walls. So I'm going to open it up. Can you guys see this okay?
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So this is California Mid-State Region, and this is the Behind the Walls sponsorship program, and it's all volunteer, of course, with a therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. And the mission is to go ahead and gain recovery from active addiction and find ways through working the 12 steps with the inmates. Our general purpose is to provide written step work and guidance to any incarcerated addict desiring recovery within Narcotics Anonymous. This is a totally anonymous program. We don't use our last names, and in fact, it's requested that you use a pen name or just your first name. I have a pen name for mine, and it's not Star-Lord, but it's close to that. But anonymity, it's really important that all the correspondence, we do not share any personal details at all. No addresses, no phone numbers, no where we live, no people that we know. This is for a correspondence only on the 12 steps. Also, there's an agreement that we have to sign that's kept on file, and every year we have to go through this again to make sure that we're up to date with anything new, with any rules that might change. So again, pen names are first names only, and we only use the California Mid-State Behind the Walls program PO Box, and we do not give out any personal information. Incarcerated addicts, location information, and other details are totally, completely confidential, and we do not provide it to anybody. So we are definitely not a pass-through from any inmate to any of their friends or family members or any other addicts in recovery. We do have qualifications and responsibilities. We have 2 years of continuous clean time and must carry a clear NA message of recovery. The responsibilities and qualifications also include the 12 that we must have worked the 12 steps, attend 1 volunteer orientation annually, and reply to the letters that we receive within 2 weeks. It's really important because there's a lot of time that goes in between us getting the letter that's mailed to us, and then we mail a letter to them. It has to go through the prison system, then to them. So there's a time lag there. And sometimes they get kind of antsy to hear from us. You must not agree to any personal contact at all. We don't meet them at the jail when they get out. We don't say we're going to pick them up from a meeting or anything like that. And we must abide by all the rules and regulations of the facility. The men work with the men and the women work with the women. We have to have the requirement for the incarcerated person must have 1 year remaining on their time, and they must be willing to work the 12 steps of NA. Everyone must understand all correspondence is subject to facility staff review, and there is absolutely no privacy guarantee. How does it work? The letters are received, they're collected, and they go to the sponsors. We reply with the PO box, the BTW PO box as the return address, as I stated. And how does this work? That we guarantee the correspondence anonymity to ensure nobody's clearance is compromised. Correspondence only agreement is necessary to be signed, and it's kept on file. This provides personal contact information, and it's on a whole nother form. If anybody wants that form, I can go ahead and provide that to you. Just put the email in and request that. And it identifies our mission and our group general purpose. The correspondence only agreement provides a list of correspondence agreements and instructions, and we are to abstain from an impulse to do or say something. We need to be careful when we're talking with the inmates and are very careful about the anonymity aspect. It's really important. California Mid-State Region Behind the Walls Sponsorship Program is that's what our acronym stands for. How do I volunteer? 1 year orientation annually. It's presented quarterly, and the signed documentation, the orientation. When can I start? After attending the volunteer orientation, you will be assigned 1 sponsee or more if you are willing and available. I have 2 right now. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and it's been just really great. So here we go. Can I be fired? Oh my gosh. I've never heard of being fired in NA, but yes. If you no longer meet the clean time requirement, yes. Yes, if you do not reply within 2 weeks of the letters. Also, if you divulge any personal information, details, relay messages, packages, or letters to anyone. So yes, you can actually get fired. If you arrange any meetings with sponsee upon their release from custody, okay, it's important that you, I mean, the facility that I correspond with is kind of close to me. It's not, but it is kind of. I don't know if I'll ever see them in a meeting. I'd have to drive quite a ways to get there, but I use a handle, not my name, so not my first name, so they wouldn't know who I was. And if you fail to attend the annual orientation. So yes, if either the sponsee or the sponsor decided to stop corresponding, yes, once a sponsee is released from custody. We don't work the steps with them after that. Can I meet with my sponsee after they are released? No. It is critical that anonymity be maintained to ensure the program remains effective and individual clearances are not compromised. We're going to make sure that that's a real pivotal point there in regards to breaking anonymity. So what is the only return mail address to be used? That's our PO box. And that goes on all the letters. So this is what it should look like, and this is what mine look like when I send my letters. So, and then we thank you for being of service, and remember to sign in. So I'm going to stop share. And so we've been doing this for quite some time. These are actually, this Behind the Walls is part of our regional guidelines. It's a position in our region, and it really benefits the people that are incarcerated. Also, I do want to mention that there is sometimes that it becomes hard for us because there's different languages that are spoken. And sometimes we have difficulty trying to find people that speak the same language of those people that are incarcerated. We do reach out all over our region to try to get membership and get as many people as we can that are willing to follow the rules and the guidelines and that take care of the language barrier. So that's our Behind the Walls program. It's very effective. The 2 recent sponsees I have are, you know, really excited about working the steps, have told me the story of their lives, and, you know, I've sent them letters of encouragement and let's get going on the steps. And do you have a step book? Do you need, you know, just the paper document? What is it that, you know, can they obtain those, that literature in the facility? I haven't had a sponsee yet that has actually worked 1 step yet. But I'm hopeful with this one that wrote me recently. She's really on fire for it. And it's really exciting to find out that recovery exists in these jails and in these institutions. So I wanted to show you guys, this is the application for anybody that's interested in being a sponsor for Behind the Walls. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's kind of small, and it has information and details. And this is, we're really serious about this agreement, you know, to keep all the anonymity and, you know, everybody private. And the agreements that we have here, additionally, it has more information on how the process works. So if there's, you know, more information that they need, this is given to each member that becomes a part of the program. And the outside NA sponsor, the incarcerated sponsee, removal as a sponsor, removal as a sponsee, and what our mission is. And that's to ensure that any addict seeking recovery through working knowledge of the 12 steps has the opportunity to do so, even in an institution. And then there's a letter. This letter is to the facility in case, you know, they want, or well, when we want to go ahead and work with a facility, we have a letter for them as well. So I wanted to share those things with you, just to give you more information that it's a consistent program that's detailed and well thought out.